Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. At the time of filming this, I'm currently at 637 subscribers. So I just want to say a massive thank you to you all for your support. And if you haven't already, please give us a like and subscribe, I really appreciate it. So today I've got 4 lovely London and Brighton and South Coast Railway coaches in front of us. Now I know there's a few videos of these already come out, but I thought I'll put my own little spin on it. So received these on Saturday from DPD in Hornby. I think I ordered them last Tuesday. Basically paid £110 for all 4 of them. Should have been 139, so that's Hornby points and some discounts. So at the minute I'm still finding the cheapest place to go for TT stuff's direct to Hornby at the minute. So, and again I'll earn more points on this purchase. So what I'll do is I'll show you the end of boxes and let you know what I've got. So let's see the end of boxes. So these are just your end of boxes for the codes, and I'll read them out quickly and then we'll get on with the main stuff. So I've got TT 4055 London and Brighton South Coast Railway 4-wheel coach, first class, number 474. Next one along, we've got TT 4056 London and Brighton South Coast Railway 4-wheel coach, third class, number 882. Next along, we've got TT 4057 London and Brighton South Coast Railway 4-wheel coach, third class brake, number 941. And then last but not least, we've got TT 4058 London and Brighton South Coast Railway 4-wheel coach, passenger brake, number 102. So without further ado, let's get them out of the boxes and have a look. So this is all 4 coaches out of the boxes now, and obviously I've seen pictures and videos on YouTube and Facebook, and they really don't give them justice for how nice these coaches are. Definitely the best bit of kit I've seen Hornby do in TT 120 so far. So I've got the first class coach here, third class coach, and we've got a third passenger brake, and then the brake at the end. Now I know Greg from Mac Train's done his close-ups on his yesterday, and you could see right in there what the 2 brake ones, you got your red ends compared to these where the sort of browny red on each end. But yeah, really nice bits of kit. So see if I can zoom in, see how well my camera picks stuff up here. But see the footsteps going up the roof there, various lamp brackets all moulded on. Got metal buffers. See the writing is nice and crisp, various shading on it. I know from Greg yesterday, see if my camera can focus again, he sort of zoomed in on this badge and you could sort of make out writing. See, my camera's not good enough to pick that up, but just trying to get it back into focus again there. But really nice detail, the lettering. I think it was Gary Hall mentioned about, there's obviously the gap between the bottoms of the doors as well for the moulding. Got various detail on the roofing. Obviously see, looking into the first class carriage there, got blue seats. I noticed, looking at Greg from Mac Trains again, his video, I could see wood flooring on his camera. I don't think mine's going to pick that up. Again, metal buffers on the ends. See that gap I was talking about at the bottom of the doors there? That's what Gary Hall picked up on his video. So coming along to the third class passenger coach, obviously red seats in this one compared to your blue if you're first class. Again, steps going up to the roof. Crisp writing again. As it was mentioned before, the writing's obviously got different tones for it in different shades. I mean, and sort of catch a bit of the floor there, like plank flooring. Be interesting to see anybody who get lights in these to see how well they look lit up. But just the end of this one here. So, and I've shown first and third at the front there. What I'll do is I'll swap the other two around, so we've got them at the front. Take a look at the other two. But again, I'd say the blue first class seats, and just picking up that coach there at the back of the third class, you can see red in them. So just little subtle differences like that. But yeah, let's swap them round. Just before I swap them round, another thing I picked up on, obviously the coach numbers inside the little crest. So at your first class there, you got 474. See if I can keep it in focus to go on to the third class one. Then you can read that 882 there. And it's the same with your other two coaches at the back, they've got the numbers in the middle of the crest. So another nice little detail there. Well, yeah, let's get them swapped round. So swap the first and the third class round. So we've got the third class brake now. And this is coach number 941. And obviously you can pick that number up there just when I'm slightly zooming in. But again, really nice little details. You can see the rivets on the bottom there and stuff as well. Obviously on the ends we've got the windows and the red end. Sort of see the brake wheel just inside there. My camera's doing well to pick it up. Obviously all my recording I do on my phone, but again, you can see the gaps at the bottom of the doors. Like I said, the numbers picking up nicely there now. The red seats inside. And obviously you got your standard TT couplings on the end there. I know a lot of people change them, but I quite like them here. I find them quite simple to use. So this one's just the last coach here. See if I can pick that number up on that one. 102 there. And this one's another passenger brake. See a bit into that window there, you can see the wheel and the detail on there. Steps going up to the roof again. Different shade of red you got on the back there. Obviously no windows or anything there. And just move it along a bit and then just show the other end. But very nice coaches. Just zoom out a bit again. So I know this was mentioned by Greg at Mac Trains yesterday. So you get your detail bag here. There's a sort of little step and a couple of little hooks inside. So what I'll do is I'll turn one of the coaches over just in case anyone who hasn't seen it and show you where these go, but seems simple enough to clip on because there's no instructions in the box. So hopefully this video, if you haven't seen Greg's already, might help you. So I'll flip one upside down and show you where they go. So turn me first class carriage upside down just to show you the detail bag and where it clips on. So obviously it's a step for climbing into the carriages, and you've got various holes on the bottom here. So if you see the end of the stick there, one there, one there, one there, and then one on the end here, and then same on the other side. 4 holes where they'll all clip in. Saying obviously Greg from Mac Trains, he's done them and clipped them in, and a few other people have now as well. But while I've got it upside down, you can see a bit of the detail there as well. Obviously tension lock couplings, spring loaded. So what we'll do is I'll flip these back up the right way, see how free rolling they are. So let's flip it. So for the free rolling test, obviously see the wheels here. Tiny bit spin on them, and then we'll get my first class coach here, and then just send it and see how far it goes. Oh, so we're all the way to the signal box. So yeah, very free rolling. Well, let's get a train together and let's get them running. So just before I set them away, I just wanted to show you obviously them all coupled up as a train. But then basically some of my videos I normally get the trusty 50p out. I haven't got a 50p out today, but I've got the pound there just to show you TT skill for anybody who's not familiar with the scale, the size of these coaches are absolutely tiny. Now, I've got them all coupled up, see from the shots here, sort of on a slight curve going round, and how close they all are coupled up. So I'll see how we go when we're running, but it's already been mentioned a few times about the close coupling. So let's get that 50 round, let's get coupled up. So coupled up the London and Brighton South Coast Railway coaches up in my class 50, my Sir Edward Elgar. Now obviously the reason I've done that because we're still waiting on the Terriers, hopefully not too far away now, but I thought by one using me class 50 I'd give it a little run out, stretch its legs, but obviously the greens and the yellows on the 50 just to go along with the sort of browny reds on the coaches. But again with the class 50, the size of it shows you how tiny these coaches actually really were. I mean, one class 50 is probably the size of the first and the third class coach there. So absolutely tiny, but it's nice steady speed, and again can't wait for that terrier to come. But there's lots to look forward to coming up with TT 120. Like I'm saying, terriers are coming. Got me money there sitting waiting for a 37. Hopefully that'll come by the end of the month. Waiting on the J50s. Obviously we've had various wagons and the tankers that have came. I think I'm finding with TT 120 now, it's having to pick and choose what your priority you're getting. Because I'd love them Shell tankers at the minute, but what do I get that? A 37 or a J50, and at the minute 37's top of the list, then J50, then them tankers. So do you run the risk of missing out? And that's been the case in TT 120 from the start. And even with these London and Brighton coaches, and with the other terrier coaches, obviously you got the BR ones and the southern ones. Before filming this I checked, and a lot of them are out of stock now, or saying last few. So by the time I put this video out, they might all be gone. So again, it's high demand for TT, or is it Hornby not making enough? Drop your comments in the bottom, let us know what you think. But to sort of summarise these coaches, Era 2 as well, forgot to mention. First Era 2 stuff we've had in TT, but they're really, really nice, aren't they? Hopefully my up close shots have done them justice. But just before I let you go, just to let you know a couple of things that I'll have coming up on the channel. Obviously I'm still waiting for me Falcon / Sir Nigel Gresley to come back from TMC. I think it's been about 7 weeks. I think they said the time's normally about 8 to 10 weeks on what I'm asking for, so let's see if TMC can keep it on time and see what it looks like when it comes. But even in the background there, I thought I'd stick my ear out with the Buggles Kelly station wagons. Well, I got them the other week. 2 of the Peachy 1 and 2s. I know they like to be beside each other quite a lot. But yeah, not a lot else to say, but let's get more and more from TT 120, please. I know my wallet cannot handle it, but I'll try my best to get what I can and show what I can as and when. But again, I'd like to say a massive thank you all for watching, liking and subscribing. And I'll see you next time. All the best.